What's this? A tiny broom? For your mouth? And this paste? Mint? How adorable. We invented tooth cream 5,000 years ago. Ours had ox hooves, eggshells, and burnt myrrh. It worked. Mostly. But ask me what the desert bread did to our teeth. Actually, don't. Watch instead.
For most of history, no toothbrushes existed. No toothpaste either. So what did people use? And did their teeth all rot? Start in Africa, because Africa started dentistry. Egypt wrote the first tooth cream recipes and employed history's first-named dentist, Hezi Ra. Egyptian powder was ash, crushed eggshell, pumice and myrrh, rubbed on with a finger or frayed twig. Abrasive, but it cleaned. I inspectioned Help This Earth for talk. The condition of their teeth. Here's the surprise. Almost no cavities. Nearly zero sugar in the diet. But something else destroyed them. Sand. Desert grit and stone-milled flour filled every loaf of bread. Egyptian teeth didn't rot. They were sanded down year after year. Further south, ancient Nubia hid a miracle. Their beer, brewed with a special grain mold, contained tetracycline, a working antibiotic. Verdict: no decay, but worn, aching molars by 40. Egypt had the first dentists because Egypt truly needed them.
This is a chewing stick. Salvadora persica, the toothbrush tree. Chew the end soft, brush, done. My family has used it forever.
Miswak and its West African cousins aren't folklore. The wood carries natural antimicrobials. Modern studies confirm it fights the bacteria behind decay. Across Africa, chewing sticks came from bitter cola, lime tree and dozens of species. Each village knew which trees made the best brush. And the condition of African teeth? Anthropologists kept finding the same thing. Strong, straight, remarkably free of decay. The reason was the diet. Fibrous food, almost no refined sugar. Decay is mostly a sugar disease, and the sugar hadn't arrived yet. When the sugar trade later reached every coast, decay followed it. Everywhere, every continent, every mouth. Remember that for what comes next. Greece and Rome brushed with powders of crushed bone, oyster shell and charcoal, scrubbed on with cloth or frayed sticks. And Rome's whitening secret? Imported urine. The ammonia genuinely bleached enamel. Rome even taxed the trade, premium bottle. Before you laugh, it worked. Ammonia is still in cleaning products today. Just not that kind. The Etruscans went further, gold-banded bridges holding replacement teeth. Luxury dental work 7 centuries before Christ. Condition report reasonable. Honey was the only sweetener, so the rich rotted first, sweet wine and honey cakes, then the barber's pliers. The poor, on coarse bread and olives, kept more teeth than their masters. A pattern history will repeat. 1200. No toothbrush, but not no care. People rubbed teeth with sage leaves, salt, and linen cloth. Meet Aldith. Her morning routine: cloth on finger, salt if she has it, mint or fennel chewed for the breath. Simple, effective enough. For pain, people blamed the toothworm, a tiny creature gnawing tunnels. Wrong, but honestly not a bad description of a cavity. When a tooth failed, you visited the barber surgeon, haircut, bloodletting and extraction. Same chair, same afternoon, no anesthetic. The condition? Genuinely decent. Sugar was a royal luxury, so cavities were rare. Skeletons from the era average fewer cavities than ours. The real enemy was still coarse stone-ground bread, grit-wearing molars flat by 50, clean teeth, tired teeth. Then, 1500s England, and everything changes. Sugar arrives by the shipload, and the rich cannot get enough.
Sugared violets, marzipan, sugar wine. Yes, my teeth are going black. So are the queen's. It is practically fashion.
That's not a joke. Queen Elizabeth's teeth went visibly black. Foreign ambassadors wrote about it. Some women blackened theirs on purpose, rot as status. Tudor remedies made it worse. Sugar paste tooth cleaners, and powders so abrasive they stripped enamel for good. Verdict: the worst teeth in this entire story, and the richest mouths of the age. Wealth, for the first time, meant rot. 1780, London. William Addis sits in prison for rioting, watching men scrub teeth with soot on rags, and has an idea. A drilled bone handle. Boar bristles from a guard's broom, tied and glued, the first mass-produced toothbrush, invented behind bars. Out of prison, Addis built an empire. His company sold toothbrushes for over 2 centuries. The bristles? Boar hair until 1938. Toothpaste stayed homemade: chalk, charcoal, salt, crushed brick for the desperate, and burnt toast. People genuinely brushed with toast. And the era's darkest fix: Waterloo teeth. Real human dentures, harvested from battlefield dead and sold to the wealthy. Condition collapsing. Sugar was now cheap enough for everyone, and everyone's teeth paid. The toothbrush arrived exactly as the enemy went mass market. 1873. Colgate sells toothpaste in jars. 1892. Dr. Sheffield's collapsible tube, borrowed from paint tubes. 1938. Nylon replaces boar bristle, and the modern toothbrush is complete. Fluoride toothpaste follows, and cavities finally start losing. So who had the best teeth in history? Not us. The chew-stick users of Africa and the pre-sugar peasants of Europe beat us cold. Because the secret was never the brush. It was the nomen promiat and smartest tontentionally bricking for the baps. Because the secret was never the brush. It was the sugar. Every era's teeth were exactly as good as its sweet tooth was small. 5,000 years of scrubbing with twigs, ash, urine, and toast, and the healthiest mouths belonged to a tree and a boring diet. Archaeologists keep confirming it. Medieval peasants and traditional African communities outsmiled the sugar-rich every single century. Your toothbrush is younger than the telephone. Your toothpaste tube was borrowed from a paint set. Humility, delivered twice daily. And somewhere in the 22nd century, someone is making this exact video about you, and whatever that whitening strip was. Before you go, be honest in the comments. Which would you actually try? The chewing stick, the sage leaf, or the burnt toast? Want to know how people wiped before toilet paper, or what women smelled like through history? Both are on your screen now. Subscribe.